so much for losing Ruth. We'd just gotten ourselves chased by a pack of evil hounds, and now here she was again. "Run!" I cried as we pounded past her. "Why?" she asked, but then a crash sounded behind us that could only be Orin's wall collapsing. Seconds later, I heard her panting along behind us. "We need to find our piece on the square," I huffed. There was light ahead, which meant a station and stairs to the surface. "They'll have a sword." Orin said nothing, which I took as agreement. A howl sounded behind us, which sent a chill scurrying up my spine. They were on the hunt. We took the stairs 2 by 2, bursting into the afternoon light. I spun in a circle, trying to get my bearings, while not keeling over from my lungs bursting. "Where are we?" "The library," Orin pointed. I followed his finger and froze. The library where my mother was waiting. "No!" I cried. "We can't lead them to her." "We don't have time to argue. We need her sword." Snarls sounded at the base of the stairs, and Orin pulled me forward. I craned my neck and saw one of the hellhounds burst out of the subway station, its nose to the air. "What the bloody hell?" Ruth wailed, her short legs pumping even faster. Then the rest of the pack appeared, the 4 of them, a nightmare I'd never be able to unsee. The doors to the library were just across the square, but the hellhounds were fast, their long legs eating up the distance between us. "We're not going to make it," I panted. Orin threw a spell over his shoulder, and a tree standing at the edge of the square cracked and crashed directly in their path, separating them from us. It didn't stop them for long. The hounds just scrambled over the trunk, but it was the delay we needed to dive inside the library and throw the thick wooden doors shut. "You fairies just had to have hellhounds pull your subway cars, didn't you? They couldn't be unicorns or golden retrievers?" I screeched at Orin, though I knew this wasn't his fault. My mom appeared at the balcony where I'd first seen her. "Honey, what's going on?" Something crashed against the doors behind us, nearly rattling them off their hinges. Another hit came, and the wood cracked. Down the hallway to my left, I heard glass shattering. One of them must have come in through the window. "Grab your sword, Mom!" I screamed, pounding up the stairs. "We're leaving. Is there a back door?" My mom darted into a room and came back holding a long sword gingerly, like it was a poisonous snake. I grabbed it from her, determination filling me as soon as my fingers wrapped around the leather grip. Now things were a little fairer. I grabbed my mom with my free hand and pulled her forward. "Is there a back way out of here?" She stuttered for a moment before focusing. "Down there," she said. "Past the kitchen." We ran down a hallway, ignoring the sound of splintering wood and claws scrambling on marble tile. The growls were getting quieter. We burst out the back door, and Orin somehow managed to thrust the stones from the ground behind us up into the air in jagged peaks, blocking the door. "Where to?" I panted to Orin. "I don't know," he said. "We can't fight off 4 of them with one sword. Maybe another square with our pawns?" But the squares were large, and we were dead on our feet. We'd never be able to keep outrunning them. My mind spun for a solution, and I tried to shove down the voice that told me I should have gone with John. No, we'd gotten through worse than this before. We'd figure it out. "Isn't there a way to stop them?" my mom asked, her short blonde hair in a wild halo about her head. "Calm them down?" My eyes widened. "Could we find one of those whistles?" "I told you I can't conjure." "Not conjure. Find one. In the locker room for the conductors or something. Or a pet store?" It seemed like whistles to control hellish dark hounds of doom would be the type of thing you'd find at a fairy pet store. "Maybe," Orin said, closing his eyes and whispering under his breath. Down at the far end of the library, one of the hellhounds exploded through the window, screeching to a stop, honing in on us. Another hound leaped and followed it through with more grace, also setting its red eyes on us. "Orin," I grabbed his arm, backing away. "A minute," he said, scrunching his brow in concentration. "We don't have a minute." I let go of him and gripped the sword in both hands as the hounds crept closer. "Got it," he cried, his eyes flying open. "This way." So we ran. I pumped my legs faster than I ever thought possible, pulling my mom bodily beside me. The hounds bayed behind us in the delight of the chase. Orin threw object after object at them, slowing them slightly. His magic must be near depleted by now. "There it is," Orin cried, as we approached a tiny brick building with a hanging sign. I didn't care what the sign said, I just knew it was shelter. My legs and lungs were burning, and I could feel my mom flagging beside me.